Hey friends, it is Tuesday afternoon, not morning today, unfortunately. Sports card hobby news time. I'm a little bit late, but here we are. Hello to all my sports card collectors, investors, all of my collectibles friends out there. I hope everyone is having a great Tuesday so far. Barreling through the week. I hope that everybody is doing really good. I'm slowly recovering from my sunburn, so everything is kind of on the up and up, I suppose. But let's go ahead and dig right into it. Let's not waste any time. I was looking on Sports Collectors Daily. Great site for news. They've got product. They've got all sorts of different things. Definitely check out Sports Collectors Daily. I have their link in the video description. But they announced a new exquisite LeBron RPA sale, a record sale. This one is in a BGS 9. And it went over $2 million, which is the current high, I believe, for this card, period. I don't think that even, I don't think there's been higher grade that's sold, but as far as just this card in general, there was one that sold for $1.7 million a few months back, I believe. This one was through Golden Auctions, went over $2 million. Just kind of goes to show that the LeBron stuff, especially the rare stuff, that kind of the more of the high-end stuff for him, is not slowing down at all. So even when you see other cards, kind of smaller cards or, not as scarce, etc., this, it's kind of similar to that Tom Brady Contenders, championship ticket type rookie card where it just keeps on moving upward in price. And it's no different here with LeBron James. The high end of the GOATs continues to move upward. And this is it's definitely an important card for sure, especially for modern cards in general. All right, an exciting show that's coming up, and I plan to attend this show as long as it's open to the public, as long as I can kind of make it work schedule-wise, but I've got a little bit of time. It is the Mint Collectible event that's going to go on January 28th through the 30th in Las Vegas at the MGM Grand. Only been at Las Vegas once before, maybe twice. I'm not a big gambler. It was for work. I had to go there. But I'm hoping to be able to go to this one because I'd like to just kind of venture around, do some Vegas stuff. Got to go to Old Vegas and check out some of those sites. And then also, I'd like to go to this show as well. I believe it's also going to be a card show attached to this. But this one, I believe, is kind of more of a business networking type of event, kind of similar to the summit that's coming up here soon for sports cards. We've got kind of that big summit that's coming up in Vegas as well. This one is also, I think, along those same lines, produced by IMG and Collectible. Collectible is the fractional share company, and IMG is a giant sports agency. I recognize them because I used to live in Florida. They're located in Bradenton, Florida, and they are a huge facility for amateur athletes, for athletes that are kind of on the up and up. They go and train there. They have the most unbelievable facility in Bradenton. I believe they've got facilities all over the country, but you'll see a lot of tennis stars and golf stars, international players that will come to the IMG Academy. And then, of course, they've got a sports agency that's attached to it that ends up promoting the athletes and so forth. And I'm sure they're very busy, especially now considering that the NCAA athletes have been opened up to where they can accept marketing and can accept money for their name and likeness, etc. So I'm sure that IMG is very, very busy. Whereas, before they weren't able to do it necessarily with amateur athletes. And now, they've kind of opened the door for all sorts of things. And that actually leads me into my next piece of news. It's kind of cool. Darren Ravel had tweeted this, that EA announces in Madden 22 that gamers will be able to play with college legends from 10 college schools in Madden 22. It's Clemson, LSU, Miami, FSU, Florida, USC, Oregon, Nebraska, Texas, and Michigan State, and Oklahoma, if I didn't say that one. They're calling that Campus Legends. I noticed that Ohio State was not included on that list. Ohio State maybe they didn't get the rights or whatever, but kind of mixing that NCAA football. The NCAA football game was so much fun. They discontinued it a while back, but I think they're bringing NCAA football back, but this is just kind of an addition. Now, I haven't played Madden in forever. I've actually heard that the new Maddens over the last few years are not very good as far as the gameplay goes, but this is just kind of a nice added feature. And again, it kind of adds to the colleges getting involved, college athletes monetizing, so to speak. So just interesting times. I think that it's cool that, and I'm kind of curious to see how that affects just kind of players are deciding to stay in college versus going to the NBA or the NFL. Because a lot of times, like in basketball, for example, they'll play 1 year at Duke or they'll play 1 year at UNC to satisfy the requirement, and then they'll head off and make the big bucks in the NBA. I wonder if it will make them, if they're able to make the marketing dollars in college, then will they be as, eager to get into the pro game where, of course, they're getting paid a lot more money. I'm just kind of curious to see how that goes. I don't know if it affects things that much because I still think that guys are going to want to go to the NBA because you've got the Kobes and the LeBrons that have shown that they can go right out of high school and go in and play and be dominant in the league. So I don't know. I guess it probably will just depend case by case. But let me know your thoughts on that, kind of your thoughts on college athletes getting paid, what kind of ramifications that'll have, a trickle-over effect maybe to the pro leagues. Will guys stay in school longer and gals, or will they go off to the pros? Interested to hear your thoughts there. And then last piece of news, I thought this was kind of interesting. Of course, we've been talking a lot about Fanatics and the takeover of sports cards here in the next few years. There was an interesting article by Sporting News that I caught, and it was basically the title is Message for Fanatics, Make Packs Available Forever and Always. And, just kind of skimming through the article, of course, it's talking about, folks not being able to get packs at retailers and just the struggle of finding product, and essentially kind of the case is being made of like print until everything is printed. Keep on printing until the machine breaks. And of course, like it's a double-edged sword between like the collectors, investors, or even the collectors that just care about, their cards being worth something down the line. Because of course, if you're going to print, make it available all the time, it's no different than it was in 1991, 1992, etc., where we had junk wax era. I think no matter what, though, we're going to see a lot of products, a variety of products out of Fanatics. We've talked about this a lot on the channel. If they're paying that much for licensing, they are going to need to make their money, and you better believe that they're going to figure out a way to profit. And a lot of that's probably going to do with a lot of different products. I would assume it's going to be a huge variety of product, and we'll just have to kind of see what that looks like. So, guys, thank you very much for joining me here today. I appreciate it. I hope that you're having a great Tuesday. We will catch you next time. Remember, stay healthy, stay awesome, and I will talk to you again later.